Spencer's deserved it. Their advertising campaign on TV at the moment, shit. So anyway, I'm getting the trolley, and I'm walking around the store, and this is where a clever bit comes in. Because I'm hoping to get mugged, which in turn is going to get me a 3 week shopping, right? And I figure that my 3 week shopping is going to consist of what I put in the trolley. So I'm piling lots of stuff in, but at the same time getting all the stuff I like. Right? So I get to the checkout, trolley's overflowing, and would you Adam and Eve it, I wrestle to the ground, a bloke sticks his hand in my pocket, picks out my wallet and makes a run for the exit. Now this guy was later described by the security as a white male, around 6'2", with quite a lot of facial hair. Or as I refer to him, my mate Tom wearing a false beard. And Tom, as he's running towards the exit, he turns around and he stops and he looks at me, and he pauses. And I know exactly what's going through his head, because in rehearsals, oh yeah, we have rehearsals. In rehearsals, Tom shouted some swear words at me just to make it look convincing. But while in Marks and Spencer's, rolling around on the floor, obviously we've heat the moments overtaken us, and we've forgotten all about it. So as he's turning around and running, he's obviously thinking, I need to keep the act up by shouting some kind of swearing at me. And swearing's a funny thing, and when you shout abuse at someone, it's a funny thing, because quite often, if you want to offend someone, you need to say something that they find offensive, but quite often you don't know the person, so you don't know what offends them. So quite often you've got to say something that you find offensive, in the hope that the other person finds it offensive as well. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Let me give you an example, right? I was in a pub the other day, and I knocked this guy's elbow, and his drink went everywhere. Totally my fault. Totally my fault. And he instantly turns around and calls me a fucking prick. And that's one insult I don't get. Because fucking means fuck, which means sex. So fucking means having sex, right? And prick means penis. So he's essentially called me a penis, which is used for sex. And in my eyes, that's what a penis is designed for. Although by looking at some of your facial expressions, maybe that's not the case. But he's also called me a penis, which is used for sex, and used it as an insult, which suggests he doesn't use his penis for sex. So by calling me a fucking prick, he's also called himself a virgin, impotent, or just a wanker. So I could have explained all this to him, but I thought it was too long-winded, so instead I decided I'm going to square up to him. I looked him straight in the eyes, and I told him straight. Look, Dad, you've had too much to drink. Now get on home, Mum's got tea on the table. So, some swear words work, some insults work, sometimes they don't. Tom called me a wine-drinking ballet dancer with a small knob who loves watching my mother undress. I think there was a little bit too much thought gone into that. Tom had really thought he could use a few insults which would hit a nerve. And I just want to clear that up for you quickly now. I did go to a wedding a few years ago and have a few glasses of wine, I admit that. I also like the film Billy Elliot. No, I do not have a small knob, and as for watching my mother undress, well, we've all been there apparently. Are you from Stockwood too? So anyway, Tom runs out the store, and I'm sat on the floor shaking, trying to make it look convincing. And the staff come over, and security come over, and the manager comes over, and I said, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was buying a week's shopping, and I haven't got any more money till payday, and I've got family at home, and he was as good as gold. He said, look, don't worry, we'll sort something out. He said, go on home now, give us your name and address, go on home, put your feet up, get yourself a cup of tea, I'll review all the CCTV, and I'll be in contact later in the week. I said, thanks very much, job done. Walking off home, big smile on my face, fantastic. Marks and Spencer's are going to give me a week's shopping. Fingers crossed, we're nearly there. And 3 or 4 days later, I get this letter through the post. And it's from the manager of Marks and Spencer's. And it says he won't be giving me a free week's shopping and would appreciate it if I never go back to the store again. And I'm a bit upset by that, to be honest. I'm a little bit gobsmacked. And I read further down in the letter and it explains the reason why. Now, who would have thought it, right? But according to the manager, 25 tubs of flapjack, 48 bottles of champagne and 100 quid's worth of smoked salmon didn't constitute as a week's shopping. Gonna have to think up another plan then. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Cheers once again for Stand Up for Jimmer. Nice one, nice one, nice one.
It was a nice one.
Okay, everybody, go and have a lovely drink or sit where you are.